Yes, my people, you are welcome to yet another edition of Africa's Realities. As usual, my name is Mr. Johnson Yakobosani, and today I'm out with another video. And today I want to talk about, I think, a trending topic happening all over the world, and it is about the genocide of Christians in northern Nigeria. Now, I am a northern Nigerian. I am a Christian from northern Nigeria. So I know this firsthand. So I'd like you to listen to what I'm going to say, because I'm going to make some really exposition of what is really happening in northern Nigeria, what the jihadis are doing and everything. Well, before I go further with this video, I want you who is listening right now, I want you to subscribe and turn up the notification bell so that whenever I drop my videos, you get to be amongst the first to get to watch. And I also want to thank my returning subscribers, because every time I release my videos, you guys are always quick to go and watch, and I say thank you. And I also like you who is watching right now, I like you to hit the like button so that this video can be spread far and wide. And finally, I also want you to engage in the comment section. Give us your opinion on what you think about this video so that all of us can have a healthy debate. Now, having said this, and without further ado, let us start this video or this content right now. Babu wani kama da kai, al babu wani. Yes, my people, you are welcome back. Like I said, today, the topic I want to talk about is about the plight of northern Christians in Nigeria, northern Nigerian Christians, and what they are going through, especially in rural Nigeria. What rural Nigerian northern village dwellers are going through in Nigeria. I'm telling you, follow this video. You will like the exposition, because it is an expository video that I'm going to be revealing in this video. Now, before I go further with this video, I want to talk about or give a shout out to a person who has brought this entire genocide going on in northern Nigeria to the entire world. Person who has now has made it more pronounced to all the world. Now, I'm talking about Mr. Bill Maher. Please, let's listen to Mr. Bill Maher. When we come back, we are going to continue with this content.
If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Yes, my people, you are welcome back. Now, you heard what Bill Maher said. Now, having said this, a lot of other foreign medias now picked it up. A lot of foreign medias picked it up, and they are making it worldwide, and they are sensitizing people that, yes, that the problem that genocides are not just happening, or bloodshedding are not just happening in Ukraine or just happening in Palestine, but it's also happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is also a flashpoint. And I want to send my shout out to all these foreign media that are bringing Nigeria into the world, for the world to see what is really happening in Nigeria. I want to thank you who are announcing this worldwide, because for long, this thing didn't start today. It started very long ago. It started when we turned into this millennium. That is when this genocide against Christians started. And the world has been silent. But I want to thank the world that is bringing it for everyone now to know that, yes, something like this is happening. Because the northern Nigerian Christian is, and I'll show you how the northern Nigerian Christian is no match and is weakened by this might of northern Nigerian Muslims. And I'm going to tell you why. And why the world has to stand up and fight for northern Nigerian Christians. But I just want to thank the world for doing this. Now, let's listen to all those people who are coming out to really announce this genocide happening in northern Nigeria.
The thing is there is a systematic ethnic cleansing genocide happening right now all over Nigeria. And it's not just in one place. And it's not just one entity. It's Fulani herdsmen. It's Boko Haram. And no one cares.
If you turn on primetime news, you're probably going to hear about what's going on with Ukraine.
On Ukraine.
Ukrainian city of Dnipro.
Ukraine has come under heavy bombardment from Russia.
Or what's going on with Gaza.
But in Gaza.
Gaza.
But you're probably going to hear nothing about the fact that one country has executed more persecutions towards Christians than any other countries around the world combined, and that's Nigeria. Just this year, 7,087 Christians have been killed, beheaded in many instances this year, just for going to church. Today we're going to talk about the events that are taking place in Nigeria targeted towards Christians. Since 2009 till today, 125,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria, according to the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law. By the way, when you're looking at the surge, 7,087 just this year in the first 220 days, that's 35 a day. 7,800 abducted. They disappeared. Can't find them anymore. 19,100 churches have been destroyed. Imagine you going to church. Imagine on Sunday, you just want to take your kids to church. All you want to do is go pray, maybe, sing a little bit, worship music, listen to the pastor, the preacher, what they have to say, the priest. 19,100 churches have been destroyed. By the way, 10,000 schools have been destroyed that are teaching Christian theology to kids, certain values that they have. And in Nigeria, specific areas, they're being targeted. Now, who is doing the targeting to these Christian communities, these Catholic churches? Many of these guys are the jihadists, one of the leaders being Boko Haram since 2009, later splintering into ISIS West Africa province, the ISWAP and Ansaru, conducting mass killing, forcing conversions, and abductions. And you're seeing this in the news. I'm going to put a picture here for you to see on what's going on. This is what they look like. They're just going around targeting Christians, burning homes, seizing land, destroying harvest, sexual violence. And the way they're going about doing it is they're going at night when you're asleep, night assaults on villages, church seizures and burnings, mass kidnapping, land grab, creating no-go zones for Christian natives.
In the African nation of Nigeria, millions of Christians are persecuted by Islamic terror groups. The Nigerian government is doing very little to stop the attacks. Well, now religious freedom advocates, including one member of the U.S. Congress, are taking action. CBN's Kelly Wright has this look at the crisis.
On this very day, 210 persons were slaughtered in one night, in less than 24 hours.
The video from the Father's Day massacre includes graphic images of people being burned alive, families attacked, and homes destroyed in Yelawata, Nigeria.
Now, my people, you are welcome back. A lot of people, especially the Nigerian government and a lot of Islamic Nigerians and even some skeptic Christian Nigerians are coming out to refute what this man said. But is this man really lying? Is there no killing and wiping out of Christians in northern Nigeria, especially in southern Kaduna, in Plateau State, and in Benue State? I don't want to talk about the other skirmishing happening in Taraba and all other states, even in Niger. But let's hold these three key states: Kaduna State, the southern part, and Plateau State and Benue State. Are there not systematic or systemic wiping out of Christians? This is what we see. Now, if you think it's a lie, because many of you will say, no, it's just farmers, Christian farmers and Muslim herders that are having clashes. It's the clashes of herders and farmers. Okay, for you guys that have this perception that it is farmers and herders crisis, I'm not even talking about Boko Haram now, I'm just looking at Fulani bandits. It is farmers and herders crisis. Please listen to the message the herders have sold or have sent to all northern Muslims of Nigeria. Just listen to this. We're coming back to continue this video.
Here's the quote. Translation of pamphlet written in Arabic and distributed in select mosques in northern Nigeria by the Fulani nationalist movement. And this letter was apparently dated February 6th, 2025. And in this letter it says, "The battle is getting closer. We call on all true Muslims. This is the time to act. This is the time for Second Holy War. We started in 1804. The British stopped us. We must regain the territories lost. It is against Islam to rotate power with infidels. Forget about elections. That will only lead to sharing of power. Think of the kingdom that we shall rule forever. We must take the enemies in the west, central, and the north," they mean in Nigeria, "by surprise, because most Muslims live in the north. So they want to attack the enemies, mostly Christians, in the west central. That is the plot. Disperse and occupy their homes, forests, streets, schools, markets, and act as spies. You will suffer in this. Rain, cold, and dust will pour on you. But heaven will honor you after the inevitable battles. Our attacks on the infidels must be total and overwhelming. We must begin by instilling fear in them, weaken their resolve through kidnaps, brutal rapes, making it difficult for them to farm and subdue them before the war. Our strategies involves learning from the tactics of the past and merging it with the wisdom of the moment. There is no going back. Nigeria is our own. It was handed over to us by Allah. How then can we share what is ours? We must never fight a defensive war. We must take the battle to the homes of the infidels. We must use everything that we have, whether you are a boy, a lady, a man, or a woman. All Muslims of Fulani origin must take this as a duty. We must sharpen our fighting weapons. Everything is a weapon. Your Okada, knives, hands, the trailers you drive, the tankers with fuel, food you sell, the house of the infidels that you guard. Study very well and wait for our order. Exploit the weaknesses of the infidels. They're lousy, lack discipline, sleep like fools, love parties and dances, lack focus, mostly unobservant and unarmed. With your vantage position, you can take on a whole family of 10. Conquer and kill them if need be. The battle must be fought in their homeland. The middle belt must be totally crushed. They are few and divided. Never trust anyone in the east and south, which is Christian majority. Not even their filthy Muslims who do everything Allah rejects. Get yourself prepared. The battle is near."
Yes, my people, you are welcome back. Now you have listened to the declaration of the Fulani jihadists against Christians in Nigeria, not just Christians in northern Nigeria. It is a jihad against all Christians. But you know, they have to start from northern, they have to conquer northern Christians before they reach south. People are living in constant fear. Everybody is worried, everybody is afraid, and we are not allowed to take up arms to fight for ourselves. The government, the military, parastatals are all taken over by these particular sets of jihadists. They are everywhere in government. They're like the Freemasons. They are the ones in control of the Nigeria economy, the Nigeria army, the Nigerian politics, and so on and so forth. We are witnesses to it. Just last month, they went to Yelwata. It's not too far from where we are here. It's just a 20 minutes drive. They ransacked the whole village, bound people alive, ran away, and not a single culprit have been caught. And very close to Yelwata, we have the army barrack. Still close to Yelwata, we have the Air Force barrack. We have the naval barrack. So how come they strike and they go? Because they are the ones in control of those barracks. So whatever he's saying is the truth. And people are shying away from it. And souls in their numbers are being killed. Villages are being ransacked. People's lives are being wasted. It's terrible. It's very, very terrible. And it's sad that the Nigerian government is quiet about it. For crying out loud, who's the Nigerian government? The Nigerian government is them. They're in politics, they're in economy, they're even the one deciding what should take place in the country. So it is sad. And I think only the Lord can help us now. Now, my people, you are welcome back. Now, we all know the camouflage going about because people will still tell us that, yes, same thing is happening in Sokoto, in Zamfara, and in Zamfara, in Sokoto, and in Jigawa. The same thing are happening. Same Fulani and farmers herders clashes is happening. And this is the example that Islamic people are bringing to say not just Christians are killed, but also Muslims are killed. Now, this is what they are bringing. But my people, let's face this. What if it is a Christian militia? A Christian militia is out killing Christians and killing Muslims. What will happen in this country if a Christian group comes out in the name of Christianity and is killing Muslims, and then it comes out to kill some Christians to make it as if, okay, it's not only against Muslims? What do you think the Muslims will do? Now, you all remember Uromi, the little mistake that happened in Uromi, that just about 16 people were killed, whom they thought were armed robbers, and they killed them because they saw them carrying guns. Now, these people are carrying guns, and they claim that they are hunters. You see how the northern people came by this common mistake. What if it is a Christian militia that is happening? But these people, they are having a jihad, like you heard what the declaration is. And they are wiping out Christians in northern Nigeria, and they are now going back to touch skirmish of Muslims so that the world will say, no, it's farmers and herders everywhere in northern Nigeria, farmers and herders are clashing. That is a lie. We have had that declaration, and the declaration is there where Fulani are calling all their people to come for jihad. To come for jihad and kill and take over the entire Nigeria. They say Nigeria belongs to them. Now, that is the mentality of these people. They are out to make sure that they annihilate, they destroy, they grab the lands. Now, they just don't wipe Christians out of their villages. When they wipe, they take over the land. And that is what they are doing. Now, my people, we have a government that is supposed to safeguard the lives of Nigerians. And do you know what this government is doing? First of all, we all know that the Nigerian government, because of the way the Fulani has brainwashed the Hausa to be with them, and all they think about is to be giving birth and giving birth and giving birth so that they become majority. And they thought children or population is an asset. That's what they said. They don't know that population without the resources or the technical know-how to take care of the teeming or the overpopulated people is overpopulation and is detriment to every economy. But because of Islam, for Islam to take over Nigeria, they keep telling their people, marry 4 wives, marry this, populate, and they keep populating. At independence, I think we have almost more Christians than Muslims. But now, the way they are giving birth and they are populating, and they want to take over the entire country, and that is why they are fighting to destroy, to annihilate Christians so that they grab lands. And that's what they are doing. They are grabbing land of Christians because they are overpopulating. And this overpopulation that they have is to seize power. And it's helping them to be in key leadership of Nigeria because they use their numbers, and they give birth anyhow, and they use their number to take over the leadership of the country. And they fix their people. And what do we see? These Fulani people that are being fixed. Forget that sometimes you see a southern president, like you can see Jonathan or Tinubu, the Fulanis, using the Hausas and giving birth and overpopulating Nigeria, putting us into economic problem of overpopulation. They are the one holding this country. They are the ones who are holding the key positions of this country. And what are they doing? Let me tell you what they are doing to the Christians. What they do is that the Christians are not allowed to bear arms and protect themselves. If you are having arms today, or if your village bear arms, so that when they are being attacked, they protect themselves, the government will come to the village and they will arrest and they will prosecute all the villagers seen with arms. They told the villagers, the Christian men cannot bear arms to safeguard themselves. Now listen, it's not the Christian villagers that are going out for attack. They are not going out to attack the Muslims. It is the Muslims that are coming to invade the Christians' villages and their territories. But the Christians are not allowed to bear arms to protect themselves. What about the herders and the Muslims? The people who move from one place to another with assault weapons are being allowed to move with assault weapons. They can move interstates. They can cross 3-4 states with weapons to go and attack. While the people who are staying in one place cannot be allowed to bear weapons to defend themselves. If you dare bear a weapon, the government will come with every hand on you. But the government are allowing these people with weapons. They are not criminalizing anyone. They are not catching anyone. They are not arresting anyone. In fact, they are calling them. Can you believe they are even calling them? Let them come and let there be reconciliation. And these people are coming with their weapons for the reconciliation, and they are warning the government, and they are going back with their weapons. But Christians cannot bear arms. And this is what we are seeing. Now, what happened when a Christian bear arms? I don't want to just say it. Now, let me take example of one man. There's a man called Zidan. Just listen to this video. When we come back, we will continue what... I'll continue this video. But listen to the video I want to put about Zidan.
This guy that you're seeing on the screen, his name is Zidan, and a native of Kaswam Magani, that is Kajuru local government of Kaduna State. Zidan was arrested and unlawfully detained from 2019 till date. During Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, the then governor of Kaduna State, there were a series of attacks around that axis. And these people felt this thing shouldn't continue. So Zidan formed a group of people that will actually restrain the activities of these kidnappers. So this group actually became very powerful, and they were able to succeed and stop the kidnappers from doing their kidnappings and killing their people. So according to the story, the kidnappers ran to the then governor Malam Nasiru El-Rufai and reported the matter. So what did the governor now did? He sent the military to go and arrest Zidan, beat him, and he was unlawfully detained, sent to prison till date. Since 2019 till date, nobody have heard the story of Zidan. He has a wife and 2 children. They have not seen him.
Now, my people, you heard about Zidan. Zidan felt his people are being attacked by the Muslims, by the Islamists. And he gathered some of his people. He organized his people for vigilante. And they cannot bear even local arms to protect themselves. And the government of Kaduna State came heavily on Zidan. And they captured him and all his people, and they've locked him up. Somebody who said, my community is being attacked. My community is attacked. We have to do something. We have to form a vigilante. And they form vigilante, and he's the head of the vigilante. And they have locked him up for the past 5 years now. We don't know if he's alive or he is dead. But Zidan has been locked up for forming vigilante to safeguard his community from people who come with weapons, and they are allowed. This is what we pass through in northern Nigeria. And it is not right. Not right. You allow these people to bear arms, and they move with arms. That is the most annoying thing. The ones who move with arms into hundreds of kilometers are allowed. The ones who stay at their home with arms, at their home, hidden in their homes, when there's crisis, they just pick the arms to protect themselves, are prosecuted. Now, do you know what happens when you defend yourself as a Christian? When they come to attack you, the Muslims come to attack you in northern Nigeria, and you defend yourself. Now, this is what happened to you when they come to attack you and you defend yourself, and God help you, you kill one Muslim. They can come and wipe you people out, but God help you, you kill one. And this is what is happening. I just don't want to just say it. Now just look at it. What happened to Sunday Jackson? We are coming back to finalize this video.
Now, you may not have heard of him, but Sunday Jackson, a former student in his early 30s, is facing death by hanging after Nigeria's Supreme Court today upheld the judgment of a lower court in Adamawa State. Mr. Jackson was a student turned farmer who says he was violently attacked on his farm in Kodomti Forest in the Newman local government area in Adamawa State by a Fulani herdsman known as Buba Bawuro. The herdsman had strayed into Mr. Jackson's farm with his animals, and after Mr. Jackson challenged him, he apparently pulled a knife and a fight ensued. He stabbed Mr. Jackson a couple of times, but he managed to retrieve the knife and to stab his attacker in the neck, whereupon he died. Mr. Jackson was arrested and charged with murder. He's consistently argued that it was self-defense. In 2021, he was found guilty by a court in Yola and condemned to death by hanging. And today, the Supreme Court in Abuja upheld that judgment. So he's now in a race for his life, and the only option left is to appeal for clemency from the governor of Adamawa State. So what hope does he now have of a reprieve?
Sunday Jackson, by anyone's estimation, is totally innocent. And the issue where this man was out farming, minding his own business, and then the attacker came and a struggle ensued. And of course, this man is going to defend himself. That's why we call it self-defense. And yet today, we were at the Nigerian Supreme Court, and it was very brief. It was only about maybe 2 minutes long. And we just wept at the failure of the Nigerian Supreme Court. There have been thousands of killings of Christians by Fulanis.
Now, finally, my people, you see what happens when Christians pick up arms or when people defend themselves. This Zidan was in his farm. It was the Muslim man that came with his knife and attacked him, and Zidan overpowered this Muslim man and was able to kill him to save his own life. And today, the Nigerian government has sentenced, Sunday Jackson, has sentenced Sunday Jackson to death. To death, either by hanging or firing squad or gas chamber. He has been sentenced to death. Now, this is each court, from the customary court to the appeal court to the Supreme Court. All of them sentenced him to death. Now, this is the plight of Nigerian Christians. And the world is being notified now, and some people are coming to refute it and say it's lies. Are these all lies? All these things we see? Come on, my people. Come on, my people. This is becoming something else. So we need the international governments to look into this, because the Nigerian government is crippled. The Nigerian government is a Fulani government. They are all there in the government. The entire security of Nigeria is in the hand of Fulani. And they are doing nothing but to aid their people, to give their people money as reconciliation and compensation, and yet their people are perpetrating the killings of Christians. That is all they do. The entire security. Since Buhari was there, the entire security are in hands of Fulani. Now Tinubu is there, the entire security are in hands of Fulani. And still we are suffering this. So the world should come and help us. I just want to thank God for what Hausa are beginning to see. Hausa have begun to see the vanity of the Fulani man and the deceit of the Fulani man. And the Hausa have begun to think Nigeria, because the Fulani man doesn't think Nigeria. He thinks Niger, Sudan, Burkina Faso, wherever his kin are. And what they do is that, let me not even forget this. What they actually do, the Fulani do, is that why the Nigerian government is crippled before the Fulani is because the Fulanis will go up to Sudan, will go up to Somalia, up to Mauritania, up to Mali and everywhere. And because there are Fulanis, because these are the really origin of Fulanis. And they will invite the Fulanis. And there's this policy of ECOWAS, of porous borders. And they will come in, even if we can man our borders, because the Fulanis have migrated into Nigeria before Nigeria was formed. So when an outsider Fulani is coming, you can differentiate from the Nigerian Fulani who has migrated into Nigeria, and the white man came and formed Nigeria and put him inside, and the Fulani who never migrated, who remain in their original place. You can't differentiate them. So they can cross the border and come in and behave like Nigerians. And they speak the same language. And you can't even fault them if they don't speak English, because many of them don't even go to school. They are just cattle herders. So they speak the language of Fulani, and there's nothing you can do to differentiate which of the Fulani is really Nigerian based and which of the Fulani has come from up to Sudan. And that is how they invite them. And the Nigerian government is crippled, is afraid, because these people will invite the entire northern West Africa to come and war against Nigerians. So the government is doing nothing. And that is why the Christians in Southern Kaduna, the Christians in Benue, the Christians in Plateau are all suffering in this thing. But we just pray that the Hausa man too will really know. Hausa have begun to think Nigerian now. And they have begun to dissociate themselves from out of Nigeria. And they have begun to see the vanity of the Fulani man. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell until I come your way with another video. My name is Mr. Johnson Yakubusani. Remain blessed.